Hello, and welcome back to All Things Podcasting. I have Shannon here with me again this week. Last week, we covered everything about how we take the episode after our clients have recorded and kind of how we edit everything and get the episode ready to go and scheduled in the hosting platform. So if you haven't listened yet, go back and check it out. This week, we're going to be going over what we do after the episode is edited and scheduled, and how we create social and promotional assets to help draw people into your podcast and make sure that it's being seen everywhere and drawing people into your funnel. So I'll kind of let Shannon go through how that process works, and she can take it from here.
I am excited to share my wisdom with you guys. So, during the editing process, this is where I really pay attention to like things that I like. When I hear something and I like it, then in the script, you can highlight and make a comment for use this for a clip or use this for a quote kind of a thing. So, after the editing process is done, then I can go back and find those sections that I want to use for these social captions. So it definitely takes a little bit extra time during that editing process, but makes these social assets much more faster. Then you don't have to go back and listen to it all again, try to find that spot. So it just helps streamline this process. You can create audiogram, videograms for like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn posts. You can create reels, stories for Facebook and Instagram, Pinterest boards, so many things. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pull a clip that is meaningful, educational. You can use, a statistic, something that will educate and capture your audience's attention to get them to want to listen to more, listen to the full episode. They're going to want to find you and listen for more because it pertains to them and they want all of your information. You can also record doing like a Zoom if you are recording as you're like a solo as a host. If you're having guests on your show, you can record through Zoom and turn your podcast into a YouTube show. In Descript, something really cool, when you upload the video to Descript, it will transcribe that episode for you. And you also have the video clip too. And then you can also add the captions right through Descript to your video. So then it makes that super easy. You can edit the video during that process, edit the words in the transcription, and that will automatically go onto your video. Then you can upload it to YouTube. Easy, and another platform, to put yourself out there. You can also do like an IGTV, IG video, whatever it's called now. You can pull a clip that is 10 minutes or less. Again, you can add those captions right into script and post that again on another platform to put yourself out there and put that on IGTV. For TikTok, you can go live. You can create videos. You can talk about upcoming episodes, give them like a sneak peek into what is coming up, what they're going to be learning, listening to. If you're going to have guests on the show, you can, talk about that and promote them as well. And then you can also, for TikTok, you can talk about past episodes, go live, ask questions to your audience, really get them engaged with you on TikTok. You can do this also in like a Facebook group, go live in your Facebook, do the same thing. You can give sneak peeks. You can talk about past episodes, ask questions, get your audience engaged. This will keep them excited and want to listen to more.
I interrupt this podcast episode to bring you a quick ad for our Podcast Accelerator membership. If you're ready to magnetize and monetize your podcast, then the Podcast Accelerator membership is right for you. It contains everything that you or your VA need to know in order to promote and profit from your podcast. It includes things like graphic templates, caption templates, and how-to videos for things like audiograms, videograms, quote graphics, static graphics, IGTV, and SEO-rich blog posts. It includes a promotional strategy roadmap of what to post, when, where, and why, templates and videos for planning podcast episodes that are optimized for action, descriptions and show note templates for YouTube and podcasting, accountability for creating and publishing content, strategies and templates for monetizing your podcast, a private Facebook group for members only, for them to connect and ask questions. This membership is everything that you need to grow and monetize your podcast. We are even going to do bonus trainings like how to get guest spots on podcasts, how to get guests on your podcast, and other fun things. Basically, if you ask for it, we'll deliver. All of the templates allow you to really streamline your podcast marketing so that you can get as much content as possible out of your podcast, but also not spend hours creating it. Check out the show description for a link to the membership. So the really cool thing about this is that you're able to hit all of these different platforms from just your one piece of content. So it's kind of like creating a content theme for the week. Like our first episode was about podcast production. So like we can create all of these different assets that all stem from that one episode. So like I came on and talked for that episode was pretty short. So I came on and talked for like 10 minutes. And from that, I'm able to pull all of these other assets. So I can pull TikToks, I can pull posts on Facebook and Instagram, I can pull things for stories. I can use that same content. I can literally go back into the script and read from my transcript while I'm doing a live on TikTok or a live in my Facebook group. And it really helps create a cohesive social media marketing strategy so that people are really diving into that topic with you on that given week. So it makes it easier for people to digest because they are looking for more information on that topic. And a lot of people worry about this being like repetitive, like, oh, I'm posting the same thing all week in all these different places. Like people are going to see it and they're going to think, oh, why is she still talking about this? I've already heard this. But here's the thing. First of all, the algorithm on Facebook and Instagram, you are super unlikely to hit the same person twice with a post. So that continuously posting about your episode about the same thing ensures that you're hitting more of your audience because unless somebody has like notifications turned on for your specific profile, which more than likely they do not, and if they do, then they want to hear everything you have to say anyways, so they won't care that you're being repetitive. But doing all these posts allows you to kind of cheat the algorithm and get as much information out in front of your audience as possible. Also, the same people who are following you on Facebook are probably not following you on Instagram. The same people who are following you on Instagram probably aren't following you on TikTok. The people who are listening to your podcast are not watching your YouTube channel. So you're hitting all of these different people, all of these different audiences, all from one piece of content because your audience is looking for you everywhere. They each have their own preferred space that they go to find people. And you want to make sure that you're showing up there and you're available for them no matter what that platform is.
I have a sample, like when to post different posts. So, like, for example, if your podcast is to release on a Thursday, then on Thursday, there are like three different things you can post. On Friday, there's three different things you can post. So we have an example breakdown and I'll post in the show notes so you guys can see, an example of when to post things at different times and whatnot. So we'll include that for you guys too. And some things to include in your post, you can include an image of yourself or your host. If you're doing, for your client, you can have a picture of the host. If they're having a guest on the show, you can have an image of the guest. You can have like the title, the episode number. But most importantly, you want to include the pod link for your podcast. Include that on the image so that your audience will know exactly where to find you. You can also, with like your audio and video clips, you can include an audio wave and then include those captions. A lot of people will like be scrolling through Facebook or TikTok or wherever, and they'll have it on mute. So having those captions on there, they'll stop and read it, keep them there longer. They'll listen or watch, read the whole caption. So include those.
Also, for captions, you can caption them directly into script. You could just take that video clip and upload it into Facebook or Instagram, and it will caption the video for you. Same deal with TikTok. So as long as you pull that video clip and upload it, you can caption it in there as well. We've also started using Canva for videograms. So like we will take the video clip from the script, just export the little clip, upload it to Canva, drop it in the graphic, and boom, you're good to go. So it's really a lot of trial and error figuring all of these things out. Like, as you can tell, we're still piecing things together ourselves. Technology changes, things change. We're always trying to make it more simplified process, easier to do. And then we're always sharing those things with our people inside our membership and helping them streamline their processes as well. Another thing that you can do with the transcript of the podcast, which Descript provides for you, or you can use another program like Otter.io, or there's several Timmy that you can use to transcribe the podcast episode if you're using Audacity or something to edit. But you can take that transcription and use it to create show notes and also blog style show notes that you can use on your blog so that when people are searching for you on Google, you're popping up there as well. We do our show notes kind of basically like an outline. Like take yourself back to the ninth grade and create an outline for an essay. And that's kind of how we do things. We have like an intro paragraph that is what we use also for the description of the podcast episode that shows up in like Apple and Spotify and all those places, which is basically just like, hey, here's what this episode's about. If you're interested in these things, you should listen. We're going to cover these topics, just real quick breakdown of the episode. And then we do bullet points and quotes that allow people to get a bird's eye view of the key points of the episode. And then we always close it out with an outro paragraph that has all of the call to actions, any links that were included in the episode, information on the guest and where you can get more information on them. So that's just another way that you can leverage your podcast and pull as much information from it as possible. Using those show notes and the transcription is also really good to kind of get an idea for what you want to use for your captions for Facebook and Instagram and all those places as well.
And also something to keep in mind too is that not everybody who listens to your podcast is going to become, a paid client. They may, which is great, but a lot of times it's about who they talk to. So somebody may say, I'm looking for somebody who can do this, this, and this. And the person who has your audience who has listened to your podcast, they refer you to other people. So just because you have listeners listening to your podcast doesn't mean they're necessarily going to purchase from you, but they will have those know, like, and trust factors with you, and they will share you with the people they know. And all of this stuff we talked about today, you can also find in our podcast accelerator membership. Right now, we just opened the doors back up. It's $50 a month for just a few more weeks, and then the doors will close again. And then next month in May, once the doors open back up to join the membership, the price will increase. So currently, right now, it's $50. Just shoot us a DM or send us an email